like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and I don't know if I'm going to put the piece I was recording because I was just in a different top, and it was too much boo. It was like too much boob. So I may include it, I may not. Y'all can see, girl, it was too much. So I threw back on the same shirt that I've been wearing, my little night shirt or whatever, because it's my last day on vacation. But hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Iyanla Fix My Life Season 6. It's the premiere episode that was up early. So this is Season 6, Episode 1. And I'm like, let me just review it right now so because I just don't have to review it later. And I like being early. So again, if you have not done so already, please take your time. Lord Jesus, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel and become a J Bird. I changed how I was going to say it, and I said I was going to forget, and I did. But become a whole J Bird, because y'all know I love my J Birds in this whole new year of 2019. Yay! Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. To shop my Teespring merchandise, to also follow me on IG. It should be down below right where I'm pointing to right now. And all of that good stuff, okay? And always check that description box, because there's always information down there. Always. So Iyanla is back for a whole new season of her show. Her hair is different every season. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I do like the little color of it. I think her makeup looks great. One day I'm going to master how to put on lip liner and lipstick at the same time. But this episode, she has a couple different people, like reality show people or whatnot, and she's trying to help them be better people, okay? And so we see the first person she has up is Althea. So Althea was on Love and Hip Hop, I believe, for either one or two seasons. I think it may have been 2 seasons that she was on Love and Hip Hop. She is the ex of Benzino. Her and Benzino share a child together. It's been a whole bunch of stuff or whatnot. So she says how the show portrayed her in a certain way. How the show portrayed her like she was trouble and, messy and money hungry. And that's so far from who I am. That's not me. And I said, well, okay, I guess we'll get to see who she supposedly really is. So we see that for Althea. And I'm probably going to mispronounce her name 1,000 times. Next up, we have well, I use that picture. I'm so petty. Dutchess from Black Ink Crew, New York. Her real name is Christana. Is it Chris? Dutchess. Okay, but because it's Chris Tana. I'm guessing maybe it's Christina. They said it once or twice, but I couldn't think about it. Anyway, Dutchess, Black Ink Crew. I did not know that she was only 34. So she says, for her, I never wanted to be famous, okay? I did not want to be famous or whatever because I was so popular my whole life. I didn't care about being famous, you know what I'm saying? But now I can't run from how the show portrayed me to be. Look, y'all know Dutchess ain't my favorite person. Even though I don't like C's no more at all, I still don't care too much for Dutchess. But this episode still made me feel a certain kind of way, but I'll talk about that later. But that was her thing, the show portrayed her a certain way. Now she's having to deal with the things or the way the show showed her to be. That's what she said. Next up we have, next up and last, Minyon. So Minyon was on an episode of Bridezillas. I'm not sure from what season it was or when it happened. I think it was a while ago though. She was on the show in the episode. Well, she was on the episode. In the episode, she did, of course, all the Bridezillas be is this horrible antics. But she actually got into a physical fight with her sister on her episode, like on the ground, not like fight or whatever with the sister. And she's like, for her, people who knew me thought it was funny. They thought I was, because they know me or whatever. She said, but strangers just thought I was the bitch. And I said, well, I seen the clip of it, and I mean, it was a little bit bitchy to me. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I've also lived a life that everyone thought was great, but it really, really wasn't. So she's here to kind of fix her stuff too. I feel like the ladies have things in common, but also not. I feel like Mignon, who did one episode of a reality show, is different compared to Althea and Dutchess. Dutchess, of course, did 5 seasons of Black King Crew. Althea did, I think, 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop, but she was also on other little shows, So she was on Marriage Boot Camp back in the Fool. So I feel like, Dutchess and Althea can't really blame the show because they kept going. Like, whereas Minyon did one episode of a show, I think it's kind of different. Anyway, so we see that. So we do see her bring all 3 ladies. I know I'm cut out a little bit. She brought all 3 ladies into a room, right? And you can see their faces. And why do they look like that? Why do they look a little bit worried, a little bit shocked, a little bit, oh, this is what it's going to be? Well, because Miss Iyanla, and she brought up some things I don't think they was really ready for. So, she brought them into the room and had like cardboard cutouts of each lady. And then she asked them, like, what, why does this look so big? What do y'all think y'all are here for? When you see this picture of yourself, what do you think about? And so she started off with Althea. Is it Athena? Whatever. Althea, whatever, she says what does she say? Oh, well, I see someone who wants to do better. And she says, okay. And then she flips the cardboard and you see her mug shot and, little cutouts of things that she said or whatever. That is a bad mug shot, baby. Oh, look at this. Look at this shit. That's a bad mug shot. Like, she looks destitute a little bit if you ask me. I mean, it's a lot, but she, it looks bad. It's a bad mug. It ain't a good one. She looked drunk, actually. She looked like drunk and high. So that's why the ladies had that face, like, oh shit, because they thought they was there for something different, like, oh, little nicey nice. It's like, no, I'm a bam, hit y'all in the face with some real shit. So that's the picture that she shows Althea. Okay, so what about this? What about this person? You know what I'm saying? You talking about you see someone who wanted better, but what is this? Oh, well, that's my mug shot. That wasn't a good moment there. And she's like, nope, it sure was. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So then she asked Dutchess, when she sees her little, cardboard cutout, what do you see? And there was a picture of her. I don't know if I got a picture of her. She said, I saw a photo of me putting a smile up when everything wasn't really good. And then she flips over her thing. And it's a picture of Dutchess with both fingers up, like, both fingers up. And as you see the stuff, it says, I get that bald bitch up out of here. Whack ass bitch. And get a real friend, you hoe. So think of, you see someone, you're saying that, oh, well, this is someone who has a smile on their face, but they're really not happy. But look at the thing that you were saying and doing. So you're saying one thing, but that's really not all the way true. You're kind of lying a little bit. It don't mean that what you said wasn't true, but you can't play victim in this, is my opinion. She then showed Mignon. Mignon, I don't think she said much, but when she turned it around, she's like, oh yeah, that wasn't a good moment. It's kind of crazy. She said for her sister, because this was her when she, right after she fought her sister. As far as I'm concerned, she's fucking dead. She was asking for it, so she got her ass beat down, and then laughing about her husband, at that point fiance, if he doesn't do what I say, I'll make his life a living hell. So she like, again, you have these bad behaviors on this show, so y'all can't be surprised that some bullshit was afoot the whole goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, girl, it's some bullshit. So she then has one-on-one conversations with each ladies. And first up, I'm gonna pop out a scene. Althea. The girl. Okay. So, she's talking with Althea. First of all, I don't like Althea's hair. I think it's not blended well enough, but Becca can't be choosers. So she's talking to Althea about, kind of what brought her here and, kind of what's going on. And, she brings up how like why are you here? Like why were you on the TV show Love and Hip Hop or whatever? Like what made you go onto the show? And she says, well, I went on the show for for fame and money is what she basically said. But she says I'm also a singer and an actress. So she like, well, did you go on the show? Like, did it help your music career? Like, did it help you at all? And all you want is to be is money and fame. Like that's what you want. And she says, well, it helped me, yeah, because people know me or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I went on there to kind of just better myself or whatever. And then, she's like, well, how did you like, what happened with you getting arrested? She's like, well, I think it was for assault. She's like, you think you don't know what you got arrested? I'm like, yeah, you don't know your charges? You don't know them, Althea? Girl, fake and fugazi. It was assault on my son's father. So, Iyanla Land's like, when you wanted to be, you said yourself that you wanted to be on TV for fame and money, not to be successful in your craft. You know what I'm saying? Now, how was that working for you? Well, it's working for me because, I'm saying, I got it. I'm looking like, but you did. I mean, Althea is not the most popular person from Love and Hip Hop at all. I mean, she's known from it, but so was a lot of other people. So was Bambi. So was Shay, but at least they still on the show. I mean, you really did like 2 seasons and that's it. And then from there, we kind of like just didn't hear from you. Like, I never heard any music from Athena. I didn't know she could sing. I didn't know she could act because she wasn't acting on that show. If she was, it wasn't good. So for me, I'm looking like it was confusing. I feel like, no, you went on that show to be popular, to be famous, and for some money. It had nothing to do with you singing. Because I don't think that on that show have you ever brought up that you're a singer. You were dating Benzino, who, I mean, he ain't the best plug in the world, but he's a plug. He was friends with Stevie J, who was trying to make Jocelyn a whole music star. You never brought up you wanted to be in music. So I'm looking like, girl, you looking for she pulling that straw for now. She's pulling that straws. So, she also says, like, I'm saying, I got what I wanted from, but however, I'm also confused about my relationship. And Iyanla said, huh? Relationship? I don't think you hear about your relationship at all. She's like, what does that mean? Iyanla pulled out her paperwork, what they fill out to come on the show. She says, right here it says, you said on here when it asks like what's your issue that you're here for, you said I don't have any problems. But she said, but you also put that you want to be on TV for fame and money, so you must be here because you want fame and you want to be on television. At this point in time, when then it gets defensive. Well, you can't tell me what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Y'all called me to be on the show. I said, I don't think they called Athena. I don't. I think they were looking for people. And they probably put out some, but I don't think this. You know what? We think you'll be perfect for this episode. I think they see that she had issues, and they probably reached out a little bit, but not like we want her. I don't think it was like fully like that. How she put it, like as if she was fine until they call her. No, that's not true. Anyway, but again, she was getting a little bit upset, rolling of the eyes, like whatever. You can't tell me why I'm here. And I'm like, well, first of all, you there to get help. Why can't you tell you what's wrong with you or whatever? But, I digress. Ayana said, you right. I can't tell you why you're here. But what I can tell you is you said, she's like, you said you did TV, you do stuff for fame and money and how you want to be on TV for fame and money. So that seems, and you also put that you don't have no problems. So why would you come to a self-healing, self-reflective place if you don't have no problems? Because you want to be on television. I said, well, oh, y'all, my God, she's on something here. This is the first time I feel like she's called out. This is how I wish she would have called out Hazel E. Because Hazel E was on some bullshit. And she wasn't there for nothing, truth be told. Anyway, she then changed her story. She then says, well, I want to be known for doing something great. You know what I'm saying? And I was portrayed as other stuff. I'm say, well, no, you portrayed that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to own the thing that you did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping you're here and you're willing to do that. Are you willing to do that? She says, yeah. She's like, okay, it's like it's gonna get hard. Like at one point, you're not gonna like me. I don't like you now. And she says, well, good. That means I'm doing a good job. It'll be okay. She hugs or whatever. Look, Althea is on any show to do TV. She ain't on no show to get whatever help. She could be on a show that's made to give somebody $1 million. She would be more concerned with being on the show and being popular than the million. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I'm like, girl, she just needs to go the fuck away because this is going to be a mess. Next, she meets up. I'm going to pop out with Mignon. So again, Minyon, who was on one episode of Bridezillas, I think it's just different simply because she did an episode of a show. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't on her own show for no whole season, and she was not on multiple shows for no amount of time, which is different than both Althea and both Dutchess. So with her talking to Mignon, it's the wrong thing. I'm moving the wrong shit around, y'all. The wrong shit around. Where is the? Okay. It'd be so much stuff going on around here. She says for her, the show she was on, it made things worse for her, did not make things better. She says for one, me and my sisters don't talk now like as much at all. She says also because she's in the healthcare field, a employer like Googled her, and when they Googled her, the clip of the show came up of her fighting, and she's like, the employer asked her, like, how do we know when you get mad that you're not going to up and start fighting us? I say, damn, that's true. And that's why I think we say so much for these reality show stars, what you going to do when the show is over? Who gonna hire you in the real world, when them reality show checks start drying up? You don't want to put out something that makes you look like a crazy dodo bird. And so for one, she got that. She got someone asking her, this is your bad behavior that's on television. Why would I want to hire you if this is how you act? I say, girl. She brings up as far as the fight with her sister. She said like the thing was she was supposed to, like, I guess, throw the water at her sister, because she was just trying to be extra. And she brings up how it went from that to her, like, the water bottle was open and her, like, tossing, like, flicking water on her sister, which made her sister upset. And her sister got up and got in her face, and they were arguing. And she said, I just kind of snapped. She's like, at one moment it was some little, I just kind of blacked out, and the next thing I know, she pushed me, I pushed her back, and there was a fight. It's like I just lost control. And we know that happens or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? She brings up also how, again, they have not talked since the show aired, but she says she feels like, I blocked out the whole experience. And that's also an issue for me, is I blocked it out. So I kind of don't think about it. I don't own it. And it's a whole moment of my life. I'm like, I just don't want to deal with it. And you know what I'm saying? She also brings up how her and the guy who she was on the show with are divorced. I said, well, damn. Iyanla said, well, you did say if he didn't do what you want him to do, you'll make his life hell. So are you surprised that y'all aren't together? She says, well, no. She's like, honestly, we should not have even gotten married. I said, oh, damn it. What? She says, we should not have gotten married. She said, well, why did you, go through the wedding? She said, well, I did it because he proposed to me with a ring. I was like, damn. And even Iyanla said, she got married because someone asked her. Even though she knew she shouldn't do it, she did it because he chose her. He chose me, and Iyanla then said, because, and all you wanted was to be chosen. And she was like, yeah. It was kind of sad. It was kind of sad because I think it makes people realize the things they do just to be accepted, and to be like, you know what, I want you. And it's a thing where I always say, I'd rather be single and happy than chosen with a person who I don't want to be with, just to be with that person. I know people, I won't say who, but I know people, well, y'all don't know who I'm talking about. I have a friend, a distant friend, okay, who was with someone out of convenience and did not want to be with that person, and finally broke up with them. But I'm like, why live and be unhappy? Like I don't wanna do that. So in a way, Mignon did that too. She knew she should marry this man, but he asked her, so she said yes. And then she went on TV next to Plum Diaz food, and then again, that's what she said. For her, it was a completely bad situation. Iyanla then said to her, "We're gonna work on you knowing you are enough." You know what I'm saying? I think when she felt like she wasn't enough, she wasn't good enough to say no and wait for the right person who will choose her, because she didn't feel like she was enough. So I was like, "Ah, Mignon, Mignon, no help me." Anyway, I'm stop. I'm not gonna do help me. Next up, her and Dutchess. Um, you know, Dutchess say how on her 5 seasons of the show that producers will tell her, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to shoot certain scenes because certain scenes were boring. And, I believe that. I do. I believe producers want interesting content. I believe sometimes they will shoot crazy foolishness over normalcy. I do believe that as well. However, I also believe you give them that and then they just keep expecting that. You know what I'm saying? Black King Crew was good in the beginning before all the craziness and the antics or whatever. It was a good show, season 1 and season 2, before Dutchess and C started dating. Let's just say that. Once they started dating, Dutchess changed. Like, Dutchess got worse. Like, she really thought she was that bitch. And it got worse. Her attitude got worse. The way she talked to people got worse. The way she acted got worse. It all got worse. And what the reason I said in the beginning, how I felt a certain kind of way about Dutchess. I still feel like Dutchess likes to blame production, VH1, C's, the fans. She likes to blame everybody else for her actions. Okay, not saying that the mean fans who say mean things like you should die, I think that that is team too much. But if you on the show being a bitch and they say you being a bitch, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that's bullying. I think that is fans watching the show, seeing somebody be a bitch to somebody and saying you being a punk ass, you being a bitch. You being a bitch. You are being a bitch right now and I don't like it. Again, it's a thin line between somebody being bullied and somebody being called out for their shit and then not being accepted. So it's two different things. So again, she's saying how production, wouldn't shoot me for certain things. They would, but when I become the loud black crazy girl, oh, then that's what y'all like, and that is the stuff that gets shot. Which to me, she just makes me so mad a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Iyanla's asked like, well, how did you get there? How did you get from where you were born and raised or whatever to being on Black Ink Crew? She's like, well, I was, running away from my structural life, my family life that I was raised in. I was running away from that and went to the complete opposite. She brings up how the people I ran to had no structure. They were not raised how I was raised. Like, I was raised in a two-parent household. I had straight A's in school. I was an athlete. I was the most popular person. I was college educated. You know what I'm saying? My grandparents were preachers, blah, 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 blah. All these things. And I went to be with people who didn't know any of that. And I followed suit for acceptance and for a man and all these things. But I feel like C's didn't make her be that way. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Dutchess wanted to be that way for her own reasoning. And then she started being who she was portraying herself to be. And then she realized no one liked that shit. And then she felt ostracized and bullied and labeled, the mean, crazy girl. But I'm like, it's what you gave us. You know what I'm saying? It's what you gave to the show. You did that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much. That's like me saying, people want to see me, be racist, so I'm going to be racist. Or people want me to be a bitch, so I'm going to be a bitch. Or people want me to spitefully cuss people out for no apparent reason, and I'm going to do that. That ain't me. that ain't me. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? And you can't make me be that way. Dutchess was the way she was because she wanted to be. So I kind of feel like she was trying to find scapegoats versus saying it was my fault. I made these dumbass decisions. But when she said, well, production wouldn't shoot stuff because that was born, so I had to be this other way. Or I did all this stuff for a man, which we all have done. We all have done. But even once her and C's broke up, she was still mean, nasty, and spiteful. Okay, let's just say that. But whatever. She then brings up, she said she wanted to rebel against her home life. She then gets into things to how she was suicidal. She was dealing with depression because she had the blogs, internet trolls, and there's people in her life who thought they knew her, was dogging her. Now, see, that part is separate. I don't think anybody should get to the point to where they want to kill themselves. That part is separate. She don't need to feel that way. Was she a bitch on TV? Yes, she was. But no one deserves to feel like they want to die because they are being bombarded with hate from the internet. So that part was different or whatever. And then Iyanla just asked her, like, why are you on the internet? Like, if people are on the internet saying these crazy things, why are you reading it? Like, she's like, you know how many people say crazy stuff about me? I just don't read it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you out here living by the strings of strangers. I say, right, a little puppeteer. Strangers pulling your strings, and you living by these strangers' opinions of you, and these strangers' opinions of you is making you want to kill yourself, and that's crazy. Okay? She's like, you just kind of, you can't care about people who don't matter. It's true. Like I told y'all, with my people who don't like me, I can't even see the hate because I see the love. You know what I'm saying? Dutchess need to tap into that. But I think more people would be less mean to Dutchess if she would have along like when she first left the show, just like left it alone and not like still nitpick their little stuff or whatever. It's crazy, whatever. She brings up how it's weird for her because like people love me based on the Dutchess character. She's like, but I don't want to be looked up to. I don't want them to be proud of that. And she was crying or whatever. So, on that part I can feel her. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I built this persona. But I wanted her to say, I built this persona that I don't approve of. And I don't want people being appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I just wanted her to take a little bit more accountability for the action she put in it and not kind of keep pushing it off on productions, all the bullshit or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? That was that whole thing. We then see she again had all of them together again. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So, she had them all sitting around or whatever. But again, I still felt like in one way or the other, Mignon was separate from Dutchess and Althea because she again did one episode of a show, whereas these two ladies was continually going back to this show. But it was what it was. She says how you all are in the same place for one reason or another, but it's not because of what happened to you on the TV. It was what drove you to be on reality TV. I said, well, that's okay. Okay, so we see from there that Iyanla said, we are here to do the work. We are here for some help from healing or whatever. It's supposed to be, I'm saying, done here. She then say, the producers, I guess, was looking at their social medias or whatever, and Althea had put up like a Snapchat or the IG story or something like that video of her at the show. She showed the Iyanla Fix My Life, moniker. She showed herself in the green room, recording herself there. But it's the difference between someone saying, I'm showing they in a green room, but you have no idea what show they shooting, what they're doing, versus you showing Iyanla shooting, because then oh, she gonna be on Iyanla Fix My Life. So, that's what she did. So, she then, because she was smiling or whatever, and Iyanla was like, you're supposed to be here, and you're healing. Like, why would you, posting about the show on your social media? Well, because it's my Instagram, and I can post what I want to do. It's my life. And she was like, no, we had a clear agreement that none of you guys were supposed to post anything about the show on your social media. We talked about that. That was part of the agreement. She then say, I don't recall that. No one told me that. Iyanla said, producer, what she said the name, producer name person. Did y'all not talk to them? The dude was like, and that's when she said producer guy. This was a Thea face. Busted, busted, busted. She looks so busted. And the dude said no, that's not true. It's not true. We had a whole conversation at the hotel, and we specifically told each one of them to not post anything about the show at all, at all, at all. We went over and over and over. We told them that. We told them that. We told them that. So I was like, ooh, that means what she said was that was a lie. Okay, what was it? A whole lie. Was it a lie? Was it a love and hip hop ass lie? Because she said it as if the people want to say, well, no, bitch, I talked to you. We did. We talked to you. Okay. So, then at this point, she keeps mispronouncing Iyanla's name. This is when I figured out, you know what? Let me take this one off. This is when I realized Althea on some bullshit. She's on some complete bullshit. She ain't there for the right reasons. It's just some fakery and some fugazi shit. She was mispronouncing Iyanla's name, saying how, why, well, if that's the case. No, Iyanla said, no, we'll get it together. Althea then said, well, you know what, it's hard being here, answering questions or whatever. We then see Minyon say, well, no, you need to take in what she's saying versus trying to, do everything else. And then she then says, well, okay, well, if that's the case, if you don't want to shoot the show, like if you don't want us talking about the show when it's not about TV, then how about we just don't air the episode? We can just not air the episode. And this is the face she made. You see that face? You see that face? This is the face of a person who's trying to be smart, who's trying to be petty, and who knows she's there for a reason, and she thinks she's smarter than the average bear. But she's not smarter than the average Iyanla. Honey, Iyanla said, look, y'all. She isn't here to do any healing. She isn't. She's here to be seen on TV with Iyanla. That is why she's here, and that's why she posted it. And I'm like, bitch, it is, okay? She's like, what I'm saying? But it was funny because when she said it, she said, you can fool everybody else, you can't fool me. Meaning, bitch, this is not Love and Hip Hop. You cannot fool me, okay? This is not what you want. I know why you were here. I said, girl. She said, you put my name on your IG because you wanted them to know that you here with me. That's why you did it. And I say, she true. It's so, but people gonna see it when it airs, right? And she making that face. I'm like, ooh, she thinks she's slick. She's there to do television. She's strictly there to do television. And then I'm like, you are in denial of the reason you even here. I say she showed the fuck is, okay? So she has them do some like random, costs and like put down all the things that you did to get on the show or things you gave up for the show but you didn't get nothing back. It was that, but I was like, what it was. That didn't really go over it too much. She then brings up like, what did she bring up? Like, what's your craft? Like, what was your craft and what did you do? Have you mastered your craft or whatever? Althea then says, well, yeah, I have. You know what I'm saying? I had a contract with Def Jam. She's like, no. Have you mastered it? And if you've mastered it, like, what have you done with it? Well, I bought myself a house at 19. She's like, again, it's not about things. It's not about things. Like, what have, she meant like in your life. Like, what have you, and at the end, it's not getting it. And both Dutchess and Mignon, like, I gotta get it, but she, she didn't. So, she's like, you tell me what you have, but but you did say that you wanted money and fame. So I guess maybe that's what you got out of your craft. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But you need to live in your truth. Even if she said, even if your truth was that you got lost in the sauce for 30 seconds and blanked out, even if you was on 5 seasons of some crazy show, even if you was on 1 season and acted a fool, you need to own your shit. Basically, own your shit. Okay? She said you use reality TV as the reason for y'all issues, but it wasn't that. It was you. And I say, right? It was them. It absolutely was them. You acted the way you did to be seen on television, and you was rewarded for that, and now you're having to suffer the consequences of it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be truthful about the choices you made. I said, come through, Iyanla. Oh, it was so true. It's like, what price did you pay for, being on the show? Mignon says, I lost relationships and friendships, and, I don't talk to my sister. Dutchess said, I basically lost my dreams. And when she said I lost my dream, I said, oh, damn, her dreams? Damn it, man. And also her family. But it's weird because her mom and her family seem close knit on the show. So I'm going to guess she meant her extended family and friends. I'm not sure. Anyway, Althea then says, if some family judged me from being on TV. I said, this bitch, girl, bye. Anyway, the next day, so it's day 2. She wants the ladies to come downstairs with no makeup. Dutchess has an issue with that or whatever. So she's like, I don't want to do that. I'm not taking off my makeup. And so y'all come in and talk to her. And she's like, well, what's your issue? And she says, it was hard for me to be on TV with no makeup because people have dogged me based on how I looked. And so she's like, well, you stuck in some trauma of your past, and that's the reason you're here. Like, how do you know that what you need to get through is through your makeup? You know what I'm saying? How do you know, what I'm saying, that's not your mountain right there, whatever. That just brings up how she never wants to be in the public eye without makeup, and how she don't want to deal with things that people will say when they see her with no makeup. I kind of say, girl, it's your face. How you allow other people to decide what you're gonna do with your own face? Like, it's your face. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to stand in the space of other people's comments about you, and you do. It's really, really true. She's like, we've done all this other stuff here, and your problem is taking your makeup off. Like, it's kind of crazy, whatever. That could be where your healing is. So we do see Dutchess takes her makeup off or whatever. This is one thing I'm gonna say about Dutchess. Dutchess, I'm gonna wait. Let me just wait. Because I'm gonna say something a little bit different. Well, no, I'll say it now. Dutchess, to me, didn't look weird. Dutchess had dry lips. She had dry lips, and she had an ugly attitude. And so I feel like because she had an ugly attitude, she looked ugly, but she looked ugly from the inside, not looks wise, but she had an ugly inside. She was being an ugly person, and it made her look ugly. It did, but Dutchess isn't ugly. She had dry lips. I'm like, and on here she doesn't. Her lips aren't dry. It is what it is. Anyway, we then see Dutchess come down here, there's no makeup, and we see Mignon down there's no makeup. And then Iyanla let them know that Althea has decided to not come back for part 2, for day 2. She sent them a text. Boom. Text said, I have decided to not return. Production will use what they already shot and edit what they have. Thank you. And I'm like, really, bitch? Really, bitch? Girl, I said, you know what? But again, she was there to do, she was there to do a TV show, and that's really what it was. So we're gonna waste some time on that. We then see Dutchess and Minyon in their non-makeup. Both of them look fine. As you see, Dutchess isn't ugly. She isn't. She has some chapstick on her lips, and her lips don't look dry. She got her eyebrows done. They both have different kind of eyebrows. But neither of them is ugly. Again, my thing with Dutchess had an ugly ass attitude. She had ugly ass demeanor. So it made her look ugly on the outside because she was being ugly on the inside. But you know what I'm saying? Dutchess isn't ugly at all. She isn't. She's actually a pretty girl. But she's not being ugly on this show. And you can see that she isn't ugly because she isn't being ugly. But when Dutchess is being ugly, she looks ugly. Like, anybody who was ugly on the inside, it does not matter what their outside appearance look like, they still look ugly. If Beyonce was an ugly person on the inside, she would look ugly. Like, she'll be a beautiful ugly, but she will still be ugly. Let's just say that. Anyway, Iyanla says to them both, it's crazy how when you both had makeup on and y'all were on these shows, y'all still didn't get what y'all wanted. Y'all were still disrespected, and you just didn't get what you needed or whatever. Blah 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 blah. I don't really care about that too much. They both say comments that have been said about them, about how they're ugly, how they don't look right. One person said to Dutchess, you so ugly, you should kill yourself. I'm like, that's too far. That's team too much. Mignon says for her, it makes her want to fight back when she sees these kind of comments. She says, because I'm not ugly. Dutchess says, well, I believe I'm ugly. And I was like, damn, that hit me hard. Because she isn't ugly. She isn't. But she was an ugly person on the inside. Again, she was an ugly person on the inside. And I really feel like that's what people saw when she was on the show. As you see, she's a pretty girl. She is. As long as her lips are not dry. Like, I don't know what else to say. Iyanla say, like, regardless of if you ugly or not, so what if you are ugly? You still cannot let other people define you. You should not have to feel like that you can't go out in public without makeup on. That's crazy. And so they had that whole thing. And then that's kind of was the end of it. She gave them a book or whatever, and she asked them to say things that they want to forgive. Minyon says that she wants to forgive herself for allowing the outside world to consume who I really am. She asked them both to say that they forgive themselves for allowing others to use them to forgive, allowing others to use them for someone else's financial gain. Again, I don't think Minyon and Dutchess on the same playing field because, again, I don't think Dutchess was used. I think Dutchess was fully aware of what was going on, and she was a willing participant in the fuckery and the bullshit. And then she got tired of it because her and C's got crazy, and then she left. But I don't think she was used as much as Minyon may have been used. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, Dutchess kept going back, agreeing to be on the show, knowing how you would have to act. So, again, I don't mean that I don't think she's a different person now a little bit. I don't mean that she hasn't probably grown from the experience. But Dutchess seasons 1 through 5 was her. Those were her antics. So, again, I need her to just own that shit. Dutchess say how she came into the situation angry and she feels better and she feels more relieved now. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Again, Dutchess was aware each season what she was doing. Flat the fuck out. She repeatedly did these actions. Repeatedly did them on the show, after the show, on social media, all that. It was all bad stuff that she knowingly did. Like, girl, bye. Because I feel Dutchess is not as innocent as Mignon. She isn't. She gives them a book about a theory about 4 P's: product, pricing, package, and promotion. It's like when the show called y'all was the product. They then told y'all how much they would pay y'all for doing the show. That's the pricing. They then packaged y'all, meaning the things y'all did on TV. That was the package. And then they then promoted y'all without y'all knowing how it would be like edited together and, put out to the world. And, those are the 4 P's. So you have to do, what did she say? You have to do that for yourself before others do. You have to go into a room knowing that you have to show up and know that your presence is enough. And, state your own facts. Okay? State who you are when you come in the room. Don't go in the room and say, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know how much I want to be paid. I don't know. No, go in there knowing what you're worth. Okay? Because if you go in there knowing what you're worth, they can't package and promote you any kind of way. Because you went in there on solid ground. Okay? On a solid foundation. Shall I say that? Anyway, and that was it. We do see that they have the ending little credit thing. I'll pop this up if I can get there. So, they said since filming, Dutchess has chosen to fast from social media. I'm like, oh, really? I don't know that because I don't follow her. For Minyon, they say how she said that her relationship with her sister has yet to improve. She is in a much more positive space and is giving her all the time she needs. And then Althea did not return their phone calls, and I'm not surprised because she was again on Never TV. I almost feel like they should have just edited her ass all the way out and just not even addressed her. But I think they did it to show how they showed her for what she was, an opportunist. Okay, an opportunist. Anyway, I'm done, y'all. Until next time, I am Jelly. This is Jelly's Corner. Peace.
He's like love, love,